This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news tonight, dozens of Manatee County residents speaking to commissioners today about the serious flooding issues that they've been dealing with from Bowles Creek and the Pierce Canal. They say they want answers and they want them now. ABC7's Rick Adams has more from the Manatee County Administration Building in Bradenton.
Well, flooding issues did take center stage here for Tuesday's work session with Manatee County commissioners. Flood victims did have a chance to have their voices heard. Ruth Gamma and Mauro Seta have lived in the Shady Brook Village condo development in Manatee County for many years. Heavy rains in late August caused Bowles Creek to flood, damaging their home. Also, Gamma's vehicle was one of around a dozen that were lost. She says the floodwaters can be up to 3 feet deep during some storms, and she is sick of it.
We want some resolve to the issues that have been ensued upon everybody, and it's just something that we all want to see get better.
These flooding issues is what brought out dozens of people to speak in front of Manatee County commissioners on Tuesday. In addition to Bowles Creek, flooding from the Pierce Canal in Bradenton has caused many headaches, especially for people who live in the Center Lake neighborhood. The big problem has been stormwater drainage issues. Basically, at times, there's too much water that the drains can't handle, and also debris gets in the way. John Sandberg explains what he had to go through during the recent late August storm.
I'm wading through my house, trying to evacuate my animals, my mom, everything I can get up high. I'm trying to get up high, and there's eels and fish swimming around me in my home.
Manatee County Public Works says they will continue to study Bowles Creek and Pierce Canal, looking for the best ways to reduce the flooding risks. Some of what was being talked about includes dredging, freeing up money in a reserve, having more inmates help with the removal of storm debris, and possibly adding a stormwater fee for residents where the money would be used to significantly improve the stormwater drainage system.
These are neighbors. We care about them, and we want to get this thing resolved as quickly as possible.
And next up with all this, the Manatee County commissioners will have another work session in the coming weeks to start coming up with possible solutions to these flooding problems. Reporting from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
New developments tonight in the death of an 82-year-old woman found dead in her home in Bradenton. Earlier this morning, Bradenton police received a 911 call about a medical issue on 3rd Avenue West. But when officers and paramedics arrived, they found the woman dead. This evening, police say the woman's neighbor, Misty Whiteley, has been arrested and charged with the murder of Zelma Huddleston. Whiteley is also charged with battery on a law enforcement officer and obstruction of justice. Well, the Sarasota Police Department is thanking its social media followers for helping catch a man wanted for armed robbery. Last week, the police department shared a video of a man who was caught on camera robbing a clothing store in Sarasota. He was armed with a knife and used it to threaten the clerk and then demand money. The Sarasota Police Department says 19-year-old David Emberley has now been arrested and charged with armed robbery, all thanks to numerous tips from the public on the police department's social media pages. Florida Fish and Wildlife officers receiving recognition from the governor today. During today's meeting of the Florida Cabinet, Governor Rick Scott recognized 3 FWC officers with the Medal of Heroism for their bravery and service during Hurricane Irma. These officers, along with many more stationed throughout the Keys, helped conduct search and rescue missions and responded to many requests for assistance in evacuation. Although their personal homes were seriously damaged during the storm, the officers were dedicated to assisting those in their community. New details tonight involving a video that went viral in July. The video shows 3 men laughing while they pull a shark behind a speeding boat. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission says the men involved have all been identified, but their names have not yet been released. The state attorney's office now says investigators have determined that many of those incidents actually happened in Hillsborough County. The FWC is now working with Hillsborough County officials to see what violations may have occurred. Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at your first alert forecast. Bob?
Jacqueline, how are you? Looking at the stationary front right now, located right across central Florida. Cooler air to the north and drier. We're still seeing a few isolated showers, but not a lot of heavy rainfall at this time. Boy, we saw some big storms earlier this morning across Hillsborough County and Pinellas, but right now some light rainfall lingering, and we have some isolated showers well to the east of our immediate viewing area. Currently, clear skies to partly cloudy conditions right now, 74 degrees, and the dew point temperature really hasn't dropped all that much at 69. The humidity at 85%. We have a wind out of the east-northeast at 13, and the pressure 30.06. That continues to rise at this hour, so pressure building in. I wanted to show you the dew point temperature, which really gives you an idea as to the drier and cooler air. It's parked well to the north of us now. In Orlando, it's 70-degree dew point, 69 in Sarasota, and in the 70s across the peninsula now, and 74 in Miami, 73 in Key West. And those temperatures in the 40s and 50s, that means lows there tonight and tomorrow morning will be dropping down into the low 60s, even some upper 50s over the panhandle. That dry air is slowly getting closer to us, although it's almost running parallel now with us with the upper level wind flow. So we will see temperatures into the mid to upper 80s in places tomorrow. There'll be a little cloudiness around too, due to the fact that that frontal boundary will be weakening right over the top of us. Temperatures currently fairly uniform, all into the low to mid 70s right now. 75 in Arcadia seems to be the popular number. The Gulf water temperature now at 82 degrees, so that really hasn't cooled all that much. And we're looking in the tropics. All is quiet right now. We'll take a look a little bit later as to what may be happening down here in the Caribbean, as well as another cold front that's expected to move on through. This one will be much stronger. We'll tell you about it in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. Despite the great weather here on the Suncoast, you can expect more visitors to the city of Venice because it has been named one of the 12 best fall beach destinations in Florida. Trips to Discover, an online travel booking site, named Venice as number 10 in its list of beach destinations. The website says the area is known for being home to fossilized shark's teeth on its beaches, as well as a place to enjoy swimming, sunbathing, fishing, and boating. The site also says the downtown area provides beautiful architecture and boutique shops, as well as restaurants and locally owned businesses. And speaking of beaches, live music and unique sand sculptures are coming soon to Siesta Beach. The Siesta Key Crystal Classic is November 10th through the 13th this year. 10 bands will perform under a massive tent on the beach for the family-friendly festival. The lineup will include a roster of popular local and Bay Area acts. Now, for the first time, the festival will be open Friday and Saturday night until 9 p.m. with live music, drinks at the party tent, and a light display of the amazing sculptures. Tickets can be purchased online until October 29th. Today was the first day of school for Suncoast Technical College's new Northport campus. The school is starting with 7 programs, including culinary arts, nursing, business, and carpentry. The school says that they are bringing new opportunities for high school and adult students who want to advance their education.
Northport needs a facility like this. We need a training place, another opportunity for our students coming from Northport High School and all the other area high schools and adults in the area.
The school will be adding more phases to the building and with it more programs over the next 5 to 10 years. Well, straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, President Trump's travel ban has been blocked for the 3rd time, why the White House says the ruling is dangerously flawed. And a white nationalist scheduled to speak Thursday at the University of Florida, what officials are doing to prepare for what could come.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hi, I'm Ray Collins. The Fort Hamer Bridge opens tomorrow, connecting Lakewood Ranch to Palmetto. We'll tell you about a special ribbon-cutting ceremony to mark the occasion tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
So now we wait for the next several days as a cold front stalled over central Florida washes away and brings us some drier air. We'll talk about that timing.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
All right, Bob, what can we expect to wake up to tomorrow morning?
Well, I'll tell you, we woke up this morning to temperatures above average into the mid-70s, even had some rainbows around, so people sent in some photos, some beautiful photos that were sent in earlier. We showed you those. Tomorrow, we're looking for some clouds around, not much rain, though. Let's go and show you what's been going on with the hurricane season, the very active one at that, 2017. There they are. Lots of storms out there. In fact, 15 named storms, and of those, 6 were major hurricanes. There's a list of them right there. And the 6 major storms are getting close to setting a record right now. We're tying records. We're not exceeding them, but that could change very quickly. There's still about a month and a couple of weeks before the official end of the hurricane season. Casey Key webcam is showing a nice, kind of a cloudy but nice calm conditions out there in the waters. We're going to see those seas pick up, though, in intensity a little bit tomorrow. And in fact, a small craft advisory, a little glimmer of sun there, too, right at the sunset. And Fred Seeger got a little bit of that sunshine from Nokomis Beach. But we are going to see, looks like some cloudiness around tomorrow. Not a lot of rainfall anticipated, but there could be a few brief showers. Rain chance only at 20%. Now, the stationary front exists right across central Florida. Heaviest rain down near some energy there near the Keys and into the Florida Straits. But for the time being, rainfall here very light, if anything at all. I did run into a few sprinkles this evening in between shows, but not a lot of significant rainfall at all. They did have some earlier today near Tampa, MacDill Air Force Base, up to 2 inches. You'll notice as it moves southward now, and the trend was less activity there. Not as heavy of storms over our immediate area this morning. Currently, it's partly cloudy and 74. The dew point temperature is still pretty high at 69. Winds are out of the east-northeast, a bit brisk, and that means the small craft advisory will stay with us through the overnight and till tomorrow morning, right around 10 o'clock. They may extend that. Winds are fairly brisk out on the waters right now. The pressure 30.06 inches. High pressure is building back in from the northwest now. The high, because of the clouds, because of the light rain, at 82 degrees. This morning's low, though, was warmer than average. Our normal low at 67 degrees. That's usually pretty nice this time of year, but it has been well above average. 49, the record set back in 1943. Well, the rainfall has been pretty lackluster, too, throughout the month of October. Not much at all, at least at the airport, 31/100ths of an inch. But we did get over 2.5 inches of rainfall, up to nearly 3 inches of rain near Lakewood Ranch over the weekend as a result of a line of intense showers and storms that moved through. And for the year now, we're at just over 61 inches, well above average for the year. Well, the hourly forecast tomorrow does call for some clouds around. Temperatures still warming, though, into the mid-80s along the coast. We'll have upper 80s well inland. We're looking for 88 degrees, mainly east of I-75. Near the beaches should be right around 85 degrees for high. There will be a very slight chance for a few showers. This frontal boundary will be slowly fading away right over the top of us with that stationary front now. And you can see from the future cast the heavier showers along the east coast. Not much going on tomorrow. As I mentioned, a few isolated showers, and then on Thursday, similar conditions, a little bit more sunshine on Thursday as that front will have, for the most part, moved on. And high pressure will have built in across the peninsula. Now that high pressure will stay firm, I think, through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even into Saturday, and then we'll start to see a little bit better chance for some showers and storms come in with the next cold front approaching, which will be here early next week. Well, in the tropics, it's good to say nothing is going on. We're not watching any systems out there right now. Currently, all is fairly quiet. Typically, this time of season, we look for fronts to come down, and if they get down in the Caribbean, there's a chance you can see a little spin up with the warmer water temperatures there. And the next front will get down there. We'll get all the way down into the Western Caribbean. And this major storm, at one point Category 3 storm, is no longer around, but it did cause all sorts of problems into Ireland as well as into Scotland and England. Now, as far as water temperatures go, I mentioned they're still very warm here in the Western Caribbean Sea, so that is still something to watch over the upcoming few weeks. An advisory in effect for boaters tomorrow. Winds will be up there at northeast at 20 knots to start the morning off, subsiding somewhat to 15 knots in the afternoon. Seas running 2 to 4 feet with a moderate chop. The water temperature now at 82 degrees. UV index will be an 8, and the tides upcoming. High tide will be at 12:02 a.m. A low tide at 6:59 tomorrow morning. Tonight, a few light showers still possible, but generally mostly cloudy skies. 72 tomorrow. Warm and breezy. It'll be a little bit windy. High temperatures, upper 80s inland, mid 80s near the beaches. We'll have a mixture of sun and clouds throughout the day with a 20% chance for a shower or two. And the rain chances stay fairly low through Saturday, and then picking back up by Sunday as the approach of the cold front moves through. And look for much cooler weather to move in by midweek next week. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you, Bob. A federal judge has blocked President Trump's travel ban for the third time. Trump's third version of the policy was set to take effect on Wednesday, but the new restrictions were to cover 8 countries, including Chad, Iran, Libya, North Korea, Syria, Venezuela, Somalia, and Yemen. A federal judge in Hawaii says that travel ban plainly discriminates based on nationality. In a statement, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders called the ruling dangerously flawed. The Justice Department says it will appeal the judge's decision quickly. White nationalist Richard Spencer is scheduled to speak Thursday at the University of Florida, and school, city, and county and state officials are doing whatever they can to prepare for what could come. Haley Wade has more.
Months of controversy have led up to the UF appearance by Richard Spencer, and now the event is just days away.
We're at the point of having meeting fatigue at this point, but it's been helpful and necessary.
Everyone from city leaders to law enforcement officers are finishing last-minute prep work. City, county, and even state agencies have stepped in for preparation for Thursday's protest and rally here at the Phillips Center. Governor Rick Scott making a declaration of emergency in Alachua County for law enforcement coordination following Sheriff Sadie Darnell's request.
It's more than what it sounds like. It's not like an alarming that we expect a lot of violence. We don't know what to expect, but we do need to prepare.
Darnell says the declaration will help law enforcement get the resources they need that aren't normally available.
From reaching out to state agencies, municipalities, in addition to the sheriffs throughout the state.
Whether they need help from neighboring sheriff's offices or equipment like buses in case of mass arrests.
We reach out to make sure that should there be a need for it, we've got it. If we don't need it, it will be out of sight and out of mind.
Darnell says having months to plan has been their biggest advantage.
We have a good comfort level from the standpoint of having the time to prepare.
City leaders have mapped out roads that will close Thursday, primarily Southwest 34th Street, but more could be added.
We may have to close different roadways depending on if people decide to march, so people need to be aware.
The closures could cause short delays in emergency response times.
We have great law enforcement, very professional, very well trained, very well equipped.
As for citizens, a rumor hotline, non-emergency line, and even a student line have been set up to answer questions and offer help. Everyone is urged to report suspicious activity and people.
what they saw, where they saw it, when they saw it, and why it was suspicious, so then they can respond.
Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Tonight we are in Brooklyn, New York. Do you feel like you miss it?
No. Some parts, no, I don't. I miss wearing makeup.
Yeah, well, sure.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Did you know that Sarasota County was the first in Florida to be recognized as an age-friendly community? Whether you're 22 or 82, we strive to be the best place to live, work, and play. A community rich with opportunities and things to do for people of all ages. On Saturday, October 28th, we're advancing this movement with a free community event featuring live entertainment and hands-on experiences. You won't want to miss our entire community coming together for an age-friendly festival presented by the Patterson Foundation.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Many people with Medicare may be able to get extra benefits and don't even know they're available. You may be able to get dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage included in your plan. Call the Medicare Coverage Helpline to see if you can get the extra benefits you deserve. The Medicare Coverage Helpline is now accepting calls. You may be able to get extra benefits, including dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald. Making sure you go to the doctor and taking all your medications as prescribed can help protect your health. To make it easier, you may now be able to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that includes coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Help protect your health by choosing the right plan for you and get all the benefits you deserve.
Call to see if you may be able to get extra benefits, including dental, vision, and prescription coverage. Don't miss the annual election period deadline for Medicare Advantage. Call now. Call 800-711-7200. That's 800-711-7200.
Now, sports.
NFL players and owners holding a critical meeting today to discuss the controversial protest during the national anthem. It's an issue that has outraged and divided fans across the country, and now the league says it's open to working with the players to come up with a solution. ABC's Elizabeth Herr is in New York with more.
Ahead of the annual meeting of the NFL owners, 11 owners sitting down with 12 players and their union reps to talk compromise.
It reflected, I think, our commitment to work together with our players on issues of social justice.
The NFL commissioner adding on the controversial issue of mandating that the players stand for the anthem.
We did not ask for that, Sal.
But obviously, these are issues that are important to the players.
This as protesters gathered outside, singing, marching, and taking a knee. They say to stand in solidarity with the players kneeling during the national anthem to protest racial inequality and injustice.
The fact that this conversation is even being entertained right now is disgusting.
You should be
encouraging this type of activism from your players.
Former San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick started the movement last year and created a backlash that intensified last month when President Trump suggested the NFL owners fire the protesting players.
Get that son of off the field right now. Out. He's fired.
And now, in a grievance filed Sunday, Kaepernick is accusing the NFL and the team owners of conspiring and colluding to keep him off the field. As for the meeting, both the NFL owners and the players say it was productive and they will meet again sometime in the next 2 weeks. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
The American League Championship Series continues tonight with the Yankees hosting the Astros in New York. An interesting play in the bottom of the fourth, Gary Sanchez at the plate and Judge at first. Sanchez pops it up to short right center field while Judge rounds second base instead of going back to first. But then Judge runs back to first and it's called out. The play was then reviewed and Judge was able to slide in before the tag was made. But the Astros appealed that call and it appears that Judge did not retouch second base on the way back to first. So Judge was out after all. The Yankees went on to win 6-4 tonight, tying up the ALCS. Meanwhile, the National League Championship Series shifts to Wrigley Field for Game 3 tonight. The Dodgers hold a 2-0 series lead. Currently, the Dodgers are winning 4-1 in the top of the 7th. Well, the 5-1 Lightning visiting the 4-1 Devils tonight in New Jersey. In the first period, the Devils Will Butcher passes ahead to Nico Hischier. He drops the puck off to Drew Stafford, who then scores on the snapshot. Minutes later, Steven Stamkos of the Lightning taps the puck out to Nikita Kucherov. Kucherov passes ahead to Nemesnikov, and Lightning scores on the snapshot. The Devils go on to win in the shootout 5-4. Well, that's a look at your sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers when we come back.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, Bob, a little longer until that cold front makes its way here.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday next week could see some storms with that too. Okay. Some thunderstorms will start to transition into cold fronts, bringing severe weather as opposed to those afternoon and evening storms that we saw all summer long. But I look forward to it. By Wednesday of next week, it should be cool enough to say, yeah, fall has arrived. So we'll
looking
see.
forward to it. All right, thanks, Bob. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.